Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, the Down Under edition. Well, last episode we implemented hovercrafts because I made this crazy idea, or set this crazy idea up, where we're going to start sending ships from Darwin all the way over to between Bamaga and Rocky Point. Now, while that was a bit of a crazy idea because I'm going to completely destroy this route anyway by setting up what I want to do today. Now, we'll get onto that in just a moment. It's a pretty interesting one. I didn't really set it up correctly. I think I knew it's going to get destroyed this episode, so I kind of didn't do it properly. But we have people now having the ability to transport from over here all the way to over there. Now, I've got one too many hovercrafts on it. The line itself is nowhere near making any profit. It is quite hilarious. Now, there's 19 people on board this hovercraft right now, which is about to come in. I only needed one hovercraft in the whole system at this point, but that made 478,000 big ones, which the line in total, okay, now it's making a profit, but it's still got a long way to go, boys. Still got a very long way to go. But today, we're going to switch things up. Now, before we jump into it, if you are enjoying the series and want to see more, then make sure you smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new in here so you get notified when more episodes do come out. Right, now I've read the terms and conditions. We're going to build a brand new airport. Now, the idea is, is to build airports where routes end, where we can crisscross them. So just like what we did over here for the Grafton, we crisscross the two lines there, as you can now see. The airport gets a bunch of passengers, but I don't think the Mildura one is still making money yet. It got close a few times, but, you know, we'll keep our eyes peeled on that, boys. We'll keep our eyes peeled. And I did the exact same thing, and my test run was the one all the way up here in near Carnarvon and Carafa. Again, two lines cross. We have two lines leaving. Makes a ton of cash money, moolah. I'm loving life. Loving life, baby. Loving life. Now, we can do the same thing over here. Now, technically, I wouldn't do it near Catherine because that's where the high-speed train line is, even though I did it in Mildura. But we have a line that comes through this way from Cunaduro, Catherine, all the way down to Mount Isa. And then we have the line that goes from Grafton all the way up to Bamaga. Now, if I set up a line, and let's say this line started in Rocky Point, come down here, turned, and went to Mount Isa. So it's pretty much a two-station train line. But the benefit is, it also has a third option station here with an airport. So not only am I crisscrossing these two lines, because if you want to go from Mount Isa to Bamaga right now, you've got to get on a train all the way up to Catherine, get on a high-speed train all the way into Rockhampton, then on the train line all the way up to Bamaga, and that's kind of ridiculous unless you get on the train to Darwin and then the hovercraft to Bamaga. You can see why I'm going to destroy the hovercraft line right now. But this should be pretty fun. This should be pretty fun and pretty easy. Now, we've got to figure out how we're going to run this line. I might try and utilize this oil line here, but I'm going to have to slightly configure it. And once it gets down to here, it's also going to switch over to that line as well, which I'm not quite sure how that's going to play out. Now, I could do something as very, very simple as soon as it happens on the old crissy-crossy there, we bend this right round. But is that asking a bit too much? Something like that would be fine, right? Just a standardized turn, nothing too crazy. Right, bring you to there. And then from you to there. I mean, that's simple, right? That's like, without destroying too much stuff, keeping it nice and simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'll just have to redo the signals, though. So let me destroy this one. And we'll have to destroy this one here, because we now need to kind of slightly switch things up. So that signal in question will go here. I reckon the train won't be that long, so I can maybe put a signal on both sides there. One there. And then nothing else anywhere is needed. Right. That sorts that out to give us the ability to utilize this line, turn in to go to Mount Isa City. It's then just connecting the rest up. Now, again, it's super simple and should be easy to do. If I configure this and add 2 extra set of tracks on it, right, and we just kind of configure the approach of the existing line. So obviously the cargo train stops at the platform and keeps the main line completely free and separate for the passenger line to run all the way to the airport. Now the other option is, there is a way that I've got to build another station to connect to the airport. So I might as well figure out a system and where I can kind of connect this. Now, hasn't going to be too crazy. If I get a big boy airport, which is this one, spin it right round, line it up beautifully. I could build it, for example, around here. And then we just connect them up via a road. And then all I got to do is to take a short little walkable journey to here. So let's just see how this would look to begin with first. So we'll need to add in the additional runway, the taxiway, the ability for them to take off, and we'll add in some additional passenger terminals. Yes. So they have multiple options when they do land. Now, all I've got to do is add on this side the passenger. Now, I'm only going to really have one passenger platform. But I've got the double bypassing tracks anyway. Do you know what? I didn't really need to do that, did I? I didn't really need to do this. But for some reason, I decided that's how it's going to be. I've kind of made it a bit weird myself. But that's okay, boys. That's okay. Now I'm going to do a couple of buildings there. Oh, hang on. I might not have enough room here to, to build a road. Let me see. So, no ownership, boys. I ain't paying for this road. Right, if I get to here... Right. Very funky. Very funky road, but we got there in the end. Now, it doesn't need to go anywhere further, but I'm just going to do it for the sake of it. You only need to connect to that main building, which makes life so much easier for us. So, a bit weird in the end, but it will do what I need it to do. Now, I've got to connect it to the main line. Don't need to do this side because it's not really going anywhere. That was the whole point of me setting it up like this. So, if I just bring you to there. Bring you to there. Crisscross here. Crisscross there. And I'm going to select you to run into there. Select you to run into there. Right. Glorious. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Now, we're just going to sort this side out. Now, is that train gone? That train has now gone. So I quickly pause. And then we are going to delete. Yes, I know, game, that I've deleted it. I think I'm stupid. The game legit thinks I'm a dum-dum. And the game is right. The game is legit right. How did it know? How did it know I'm a dum-dum? Right. Let's bring this straight out. So that one side could have stayed in reality, but I'm going to do it all together anyway, so it all kind of comes in nicely. So I bring you to there, and I'm going to do the little crisscross a little bit further down, just in case the length of the cargo train does change. And that's all sorted, mate. So then you would run into there. You run into there. And it's like nothing ever happened, boys. And all of a sudden, we've now got an airport. Nice. Hopefully there's not too much of a kerfuffle in this area that kind of causes crazy stuff, but we should be okay. Oh, signals. So let me quickly sort these out. We'll do one there. One there. And I've got to now sort out some signals here as well. We'll most likely have to get rid of this one. And I'm going to put another one set over here. Just so we've got a little bit more freedom to work with. Now that connects in beautifully. it's probably a good idea to now reconnect the train. Actually, no, I've got to do signals here. I've just realised we don't even have signals here, boys. And tracks. Can I go from there to here? Oh, no. I can do it like that, and I delete this. So I can buy the train from there. Right, so let's create a new line. Now, I would do Bamaga, but it'll take away from the current train line, so we're only going to do Rocky Point. Right, and get them to utilise both stations in Rocky Point. Then it's going to come to here, and then it's going to go all the way to Mount Isa, where it can utilise both platforms in Mount Isa. Simples, mate. So this is our Rocky to Mount Isa. That's literally all it is. So it won't really make much sense until we get the planes in. So we'll first get the train in though, so at least that's up and running. We'll go for the diesel electric. We'll go electric, and we'll do the one that carries. I mean, I gotta be careful about how much it's gonna cost. There is two variations. I can do the one that does 186 miles an hour. I can do the one that does 124 and carries 198 people. It's a lot cheaper to run and maintain. We're going to go with this one. We are going to go with this one. Right, let me buy you and put you on our Rocky to Mount Isa line. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, he says. I just realised as well, I'm going to need a signal here. Does any other line come through here? Yes. We have a orange line? Oh, it's the fuel line. I was going to say, wait, what's that orange line doing right now? It's the fuel line. So, let's now get set up then. The planes. So, new line from here. And we'll go all the way to the Carnarvon Airport over here. And get them to utilize all of the available stands. So this is our... It's going to be called Mount Isa. Mount Isa to Carnarvon. Carnarvon. That's what I assume Australians and what they call it. Carnarvon. From there, from Mount Isa down to Grafton. Grafton, baby. And then finally, another new line from Mount Isa all the way down to Mildura. I don't know how this one's going to play out. Oh, I forgot to do all the other lines on the other one. I don't know how this one's going to play out, because the other one didn't do too well, but that one was awfully close. Nice. So the Grafton one, let me just make sure. The Grafton Airport doesn't have multiple kind of stops, so it is what it is. So that's 3 new lines of airport I've now built. I'll only buy 1 plane each, so passenger based. If we base it on capacity, this is the bigger plane. It's 7 million a year to run and maintain. The Airbus is a lot smaller, but a lot easier, a lot cheaper to maintain. So we'll go for that one. So we're going from Mount Isa to Carnarvon, Mount Isa to Grafton, Mount Isa to Mildura. We've got new lines set up. So let's have a little bit of a fast forward then. It'll take a while for that all to come into fruition and to be up and running and moving and shaking and all that jazz. And for them to realise that they can now go in these directions and destinations. Now, to be honest with you, the more I look at it, the more I'm thinking, maybe it won't take much away from our hovercraft routes. Because they have to switch to multiple lines and stuff like that, they might not want to do that. We shall see. We shall see, we shall see, we shall see. How are the buses anyway? We'll see what happens. You just never know. You never know. How's that line doing now? It's actually making a profit, that line. The hovercraft line with all those hovercrafts. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Eventually, they'll be nicely spaced out. So they'll be like dropping in more regularly. Oh, does this line need another train? Or is that the train now coming in? Let me see how much it picks up. Right, there it's picking. I was going to say that for a second. It's not picking anybody up. Right, it's picked up a big chunk of people. Off it now goes, but there's still 130 people there waiting. There's quite a few people here. I think that line might benefit from an additional train. I could be wrong. But I'm going to drop an extra one on there. Get some extra movement on the go. And a bus has just dropped off a bunch of people, looking like they're walking towards the harbour, baby. Right, okay. 500,000 we just earned from that journey. That is what I like to see. Damn! The money, boys. The money right now is ridiculous. Right, I love it. Okay, so it'll take a while before we start seeing this all running as normal. Where is the passenger train? Where is it currently? Is it you? It's you. I want to see it navigate this. Coming whizzing through, boys. Whizzing through right now. It's slowed down because... okay, I see why it's slowed down. Just drop another extra signal in just there. And off it goes. It's actually got 4 people on board. Has it made any money yet? Not yet. But I wonder if anyone's going to get off here for the airport. Now, awkwardly, it all has to kind of merge into this one side. Oh! Hold on. Did I not add the airport in? I didn't add it on the way back. So Rocky Point, Cairns West, Mount Isa. Back in again. I didn't add it on the way back. I'm a damn fool. I am an absolute folio. Right. Right, we got there in the end, boys. We got there in the end. So it will stop here. But I don't think anyone will get off unless they were destined to get off on the way back. Okay, don't stop here. I don't want you to stop here anyway. But yeah, there we go. And there's a few people right now waiting for the Rocky Mount Isa route. That's interesting. That's real interesting. So everything seems to be going to plan in a weird way. Is this bus route making cash? It's starting to make a bit of profit now, which is good to see. This is very exciting. Oh, and new roads now being built as the city slowly expands. Right, okay. This is quite exciting. I'm just wondering whether we'll see other planes yet on the way back. That's also leaving the airport. This one's flying. And I think it's just landed in Mildura. Let me take a quick little nose. Mount Isa, Mildura. There's actually 5 people already waiting, so this is pretty good, boys. This is pretty good. Right, we had to add an extra train to the Ceduna Newcastle route. There's actually quite a few trains on this line right now. You can see from the recent increase in expenses. But it seems to still be making solid amounts of cash. Now, the Adelaide to Wagga Wagga line, this is an interesting one. This might also require an additional train or two. Right, we're gonna What's the finances saying? We'll add an extra train on it. Oh no, not clone all, just clone one. Yeah. Yeah, I think this needs one extra train, and I think we're okay. No need to push it any further. No need to push it any further right there. And what about the one that gets to... We've just looked at that one, haven't we? Yeah, I think we'll be okay, boys. I think we're legit going to be okay. Right. Very nice. Very nice. Now, I wonder how much this is going to change this north section of Australia with all these brand new lines leading in. It is going to be quite exciting to see how it now all changes. They've actually started to build over this side of Rocky Point as well since we added that road in and the Crissy-Crossy. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And it's doing okay for all its goods as well. Is it slowly increasing still on the charts? It is. It's going for a second growth spurt right now. We've got more connectivity. And is Bamaga? Yes, of course it is, boys. Of course it is. Magical. Magical, mate. Magical. Well, how's this line now doing on finances? Oh, it made a killer. It made a killer in income there. It is interesting to see how the plane route will change it. Right. Did some people get... Yes, some people did get off. They are now walking to the airport. We're going to have our first set of passengers. This will take a while before we start seeing the benefits of all of this. There's a few people waiting right now. It might even change Mount Isa because all of a sudden they can now have more destinations that they can reach with ease. Interesting. Right, what's going on over here then? Carabara goods. Let's manage the... No, manage the vehicles. We add a... Let me edit this first. Add a second train. That will be quite handy for us. Aubrey fuel. You're doing the wonders. There is a time where it does skip a, you know, a moment. Adelaide fuel. But I suppose not really much you can do about that. There's the Adelaide fuel right now picking up. And Rockhampton goods. Oh, wow. Okay, Rockhampton goods could do with increasing. Oh, it doesn't really make much cash. It's because it's an electric train. So I'm going to take the electric off. Sometimes you've got to stick with diesel. Cargo-wise, bam. Then I'll add a second one to increase stuff. Sometimes electric's not always great, especially on lines where you don't really make much money. So you got to be wary of that. All right, Mount Isa machines, you're doing pretty good, right? Yep. Are we delivering that plastic baby to Seduna? Just about, I mean... What slows it down? Too many trains on the route, maybe? Is a high possibility. I could give it its own route. Oh, there's a lot of goods here. Kununuru goods. Oh, that's just ridiculous. Right, edit this. First, you make the train a bit bigger to carry a bit more. And then we'll add a second train. Mount Isa. How often are you making cash? Barely. So edit you. There we go. Any other lines that stand out? No, the rest will be okay. I'm just trying to give a little bit more capacity to the line. There we go. There we go. I'm a bit more concerned about this one, though. Right. I'm going to turn it back to a diesel train. But I'm going to get rid of the capacity. We'll do a 120 capacity. We'll modify that. And then I'll add a second one in. And see how we can kind of transform that area. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. Right, are you still getting your goods? I feel like the answer's no, but as you're about to run out of coal, a beautiful coal delivery is about to be dropped. These make good cash. Do they still make good cash? Yes, of course they do. 22 big ones coming in just like that. Right, any of these... Oh, we got passengers waiting. We've got passengers waiting, boys. Well, I haven't seen a single plane land here. We made some money in some form. That plane's over here. Are you coming into... No, you're taking off by the looks of it. You got 2 people on board. It will take some time to see the big differences happen. Made even more money. I'm loving this. Right, the hovercrafts are great, guys. They're great, okay? No need to worry about them. Right, I think we're doing pretty well. I think those nice little improvements there will make a huge difference with creating more connectivity to the greater Australian network. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Right, any issues over here? Melbourne Tools. We have adequate amount of vehicles and trains. Makes money, so no need to worry too much. Bamaga Tools. Makes cash. Very good, very good. So we'll let it to do what it's got to do. Heavy machines. Eee. How far you got to... I mean, you haven't really got to travel that far. So do I just manage the vehicle to be a bit chunkier? It's like... It's a machine factory... Wait, no, is it machine... Yeah, machine factory delivering food. Like, how does that work? Hilarious, right? So if I can add more carriages to it... I don't want to change it because somehow it's working. It shouldn't be delivering food. I don't know where the food's coming from, which is really annoying. But I don't want to change it, though, because it's a way it makes money. If you can also deliver the food and the machines on top, then, you know, we're winning. We will be winning. Now, I wonder if I can slightly combine here. I don't know if this will work. See, that now connects to the tools factory then. The only reason I say that is Hervey Bay needs tools. It's not getting tools, but now all of a sudden it can get tools. Cheeky boy, cheeky. Which will deliver even more goods. Bit funny, but hey, there we go. So where's that train? Oh, that train's actually going to come in right now. Let's see what it picks up. This line could be really busy in general anyway, so we might need to kind of look at ways in which we can improve it. So I'd like to see what it picks up. This could be interesting. Is that a train there? It is. So that's now picking up. And it's picked up pure machines. Is that train here okay? Your cans machines. Right, it is getting quite congested around this area, isn't it? Shall we see if there's a way in which we can kind of slightly improve this? There's got to be something, right? There's going to be something. I'm just kind of wondering about this little area here. Right, so I can make them as they go out. Take a second line. Maybe that will ease some burdens. With trains exiting. I mean, it might not. I don't know, it might not. But let me see what happens. Now, if I bring it right round... See, the issue is... The issue is... It's the wrong side for what I want it to do. This is going to cause some issues. I can see it happening. But I'm trying to create a bit more fluidity. Is that the correct word I'm looking for? So I've got to change. It's on the wrong side of the tracks here as well. Now I can't change it to be solely on this side of the train tracks because other trains need to come in this way. So let me just kind of, because we can do waypoints to sort it all out. But it'll be less trains going down this little area, which will speed things up slightly. Now there is going to be problems and there is going to be issues. Like this area. You've got to delete that signal. And this signal here. Now, if I just quickly set up a waypoint. So, waypoint this way and a waypoint that way. And then we take a look at the lines that come into here. I mean, you could argue there's also lines that come out of there that could utilize it as well. But let me just do these lines first. So you got Brisbane, which goes this way. So if I get to manage this line, as soon as it leaves Upper Toowoomba, we get it to add a station here. And on the way back from Brisbane, here. So that takes one train off that whole line, which is amazing. And then we've got the Cairns one, which managed the line. Upper Toowoomba. Add station. Right, something's now broke. The signal's there, but what's going on with this train? You know you need to turn, right? There we go. That was weird. Where am I anyway? Okay, all the way back this way now. That's the first time that issue's ever arisen. Right, where am I? I'm over here. Hervey Machines. Same for these guys right now. Manage the line. So Upper Toowoomba, we go at a station. This way, Hervey Bay. On the way back. Takes them all off that. And is there any more? Oh my goodness me, there's McKay. There's Rocky. All these trains I'm taking off that main line by having the diversion. Oh, not many. Not that many, please. Rocky. Yeah, Rocky as well. So manage the line. Up at Toowoomba. Oh, no, not new line, sorry. There we go. And any after Rocky? Toowoomba Steel, which goes in a different direction. That is just taking so many trains off that main line right now, which give it a little bit more freedom for them to come and go as they please. Now that's Rocky Tools. It was already situated to go in the direction that it was going. Same with the Rocky Machines here. Oh no, because the other ones now, the Tools ones are from here. Now there's a lot of lines that still utilize that, so I'm still letting them utilize this because it divides it a little bit more, makes it a little bit more easier for them to work with. So hopefully you see a little bit more freedom, a little bit more movement. Right, I'm still yet to see an airplane actually land here. There's a plane here. Is it coming into land? It actually is. So he's actually turned a profit. This is the one to Grafton. I'm interested to see how much it makes when it lands here now. So can you hurry up, please? Can you hurry up, please? Well, while we're waiting, is this line making any cash? Almost! It's getting close. It is getting close. Alright, come on, Mr. Plane. How you doing? How many people waiting there? Quite a few. This is the Grafton one, so there's 13 heading back at this point. Right, how much you making, boy? How much you making on 18 people on board? 2 million? Holy moly. That's a lot of money. I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting that one bit. Right. Looks to be a lot of food over here. Hervey food right now. Got 2 trains on the go. Making good cash. The other line is Brisbane food. 1 larger train on the go. 240 is its capacity. No point adding another one on, because it'll be at capacity. These bus routes not overloaded, are they? Oh, little dip. Is this the dip because of the plane situation? And the train line situation? I don't know. 66 people now on board. And then picks up 90 people. Plane's now departing. Right, who's going to blink first? It's the passenger train. It's nice when it all goes to plan, isn't it? I feel like this has been a pretty calm episode. It's all going to plan. Just I'm trying to make sure that we increase the delivery numbers. So manage vehicles here. Add an extra 2 boxcars. Very nice, very nice. There's slight improvements here and there, boys. Slight improvements. And Esperance Steel. We've got the Port Headland machine. How are you doing? Pretty well. How much is on there again? I wouldn't say there's room for another train. Just maybe an extra 40 capacity on the train. Now, how is the Perth food line? Carries 100. I reckon we could either do with adding one more for a 120 capacity and then duplicating it for a second train. Because there's a lot of food there for Perth. And Perth really wants to grow. Now, we've still got a fair few routes here that I might take off. Because this line goes all over the place right now. I don't feel like it needs to do Alexander Road. So Alexander Road. We get rid of that stop. Because of the radius that these reach, it's fine. So that gives this line now 1, 2, 3, 4 stops. So that might be enough for it to now actually officially start making profit. I actually might also need to have bigger vehicles. Because not all of them are leaving full though, are they? Because it ultimately just depends on where they're going. Oh, some traffic jams up here in Perth. Is there a way in which I can get a road to come down here? Because it's such a different height difference. I wonder. I could do it like somewhere like this and it would work. Oh, I didn't mean to do it there. Okay, that's now there. I was going to utilize this. I didn't mean to do that. But now it's done. What a noob. But it also shortens the distance for my truck line as well. So that'll get them here quicker. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's funny. That's real funny. Wonder if they'll build in this area. Right, upgrade you to a normal road. Because you might get a little bit of growth over there. Right, a few vehicles will use this road as well. It's such a big shortcut. It's going to be such a big shortcut at this point. Right, I feel like we might need to add 1 or 2 more additional vehicles. I've added 2 more. I've added 2 more and we'll see how we get on with it. I mean, would it be worth turning this... Because we can't build on this road, would it be worth turning it into a slightly faster road? To trick them into thinking there's a lot more speed that can be had than normal. And I think we need to build more road connections. So, yeah, we're going to have to do some destruction. But just to give us the ability to have additional routes as they try and navigate through Perth. So not all filtering down that one road system here. And maybe also... Oh, I don't know whether to also look towards... upgrading this road. Upgrading that road so we can then create almost like a high-speed bypass. Where our normal roads can connect to it. So you connected. You connected. You're in. I mean, it might allow the city to grow a bit more. Right, I'm just naturally expanding the city how I feel like it would go. Apparently too much of a slope, so we've got to do what we can do. Now, I don't know if anyone would use them roads. Apparently they do use them roads because it becomes almost like a ring road, doesn't it? It almost becomes a ring road. So we'll see how people choose to navigate. Look at it put off right now. If it could actually grow up to that area, it would be an absolutely huge town and city. There's definitely ways in which we can improve the city growth. But it all comes down to how we distribute the goods. We do need more trucks. You know what I might do? Change to bigger trucks. Because these all carry... What is it, like an 80 or 60 or something? No, a 20 capacity. I can change to these, which do 32. Which are next to 12. That is from... I mean, when you look at the actual... It's 240, the overall capacity of this line. If I replace all of them... I can't work that out, but that's almost like tripled. No, doubled, sorry. So these trucks would definitely carry a lot more. Yes, they pollute more. But they carry a lot more to get the goods to their destination. Now, is this truck coming in? I believe it is. Let's see how much this now picks up. Come on, you fools. Come on. Now, especially we have to distribute it, especially since we're now raking up the numbers of food deliveries. There we go, 32 straight on that, boys. So we're really going to have to up those numbers. Now, we've killed the traffic here. Hopefully the traffic here will eventually start dying down. Now we've got these additional bypassing roads, which they are really utilizing the ring road. They really are utilizing it. So it'll be interesting to see how the city kind of grows from this. I can kind of help out with some terrain. You know, in places to aid city growth. There's only really so much I can do. You got to keep feeding the city. Yeah, the traffic's died down on one side of the road. Just waiting for this backlog to now clear, then we should be pretty much traffic free. Right, lots of trucks are now pulled up. Not all of them are going to fully load up because it depends on where they're going. But a lot of them are. A lot of them are. And those numbers will slowly start to dwindle as the city gets more goods and then hopefully more city growth. We'll come back to Perth at some point and to see how this kind of slightly changed things. But they are so hindered by that cliff. I don't know why there was a cliff there because a lot of you guys said there's not even a cliff in Perth. So I have no idea what that was all about. But I'm loving the fact they're using the ring road as well. Is it the biggest city? Or is Melbourne still bigger? Melbourne's still bigger, and Melbourne gives me nightmares when I look at it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Right, planes are now leaving. You, finances, making profit. You, go to Carnarvon, making... Well, you will make profit when you stop off here. There's 24 people on board right now. Let's see how well you do with the revenue. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Finances, 3.8 milli. Look at that. Beautiful. And then the Grafton one, making money as well. Mildura making money? They're all making money. So all the plane lines are now making sweet, solid cash. The train line is on the way to make in cash. So as the planes bring more people over, where's the train now? It's playing the waiting game. It's going to wait for that train to depart. What I could do is add signal there to keep it moving. There's 122 people on board, so profit numbers will be increasing shortly. They will be increasing. At least this train can now make some big moves. That train's now disappearing. Plane's disappearing, sorry. So I want to see how much money this now makes getting to over here. It's now starting to up the numbers, isn't it? I can see it being full soon with that many people it's carrying. Right, in it comes, boys. It's taken a while, but it's getting here. It's getting here. And I'd like to see how much cash it ultimately is going to make. Right, here we go. So 1.1 million on that small little journey right there. In terms of finances, not quite turned a profit yet. But it's got to eat into it. 95 people on board right now, which means a lot of people are now going to start walking to the airports. Hopefully that will increase the numbers shortly. Worst case scenario, it doesn't. Then we have to look at maybe towards other ways we can bring people there, or just maybe get a cheaper train. That will solve a lot of things as well. But you got to give it time, boys. You got to give it time for people to transit, as they say right now. Are the hovercrafts more spread out? They are getting more and more spread out. Is the line still making money? It is starting to die down a bit as more people are choosing to take the train and the planes. The bus route started making profit. I'm not sure if it's going to continue that fashion. But people are still using the hovercraft system, even though the planes and trains have been implemented for some time now. They're still using it. Right, where's that pass? Is this the passenger train? So this is the longest journey it takes. And should be the most money it ever makes. 95 people getting off right now. So at half capacity, less than half capacity, how much does it make is the question. Less than half capacity, doo-da. 3.3 million in finances. Okay. Okay. So it needs to make over 6.6 million. Taking 91 people back. It's going to make over 6.6 million in a year to make profit. And that plane's coming back with 34 on board. Right, that's going to make huge profits. Huge profits, and I'm all here for it. Right, how are we doing down here right now? Is it more flowy? Is that the word? What are you? Sydney Goods. You're going in that direction. Why can't you go? Because we don't have any other signals. Put a signal there. Put a signal there. Might need to reconfigure this straight line through to improve the situation. But everything is moving. Kind of. Kind of. Did Hervey Bay start to get more goods? Yes. It started to get a few more goods coming in. Right, before we end this then, let's take a quick look at Perth. I'm not saying it would have grown much, but I want to see if that traffic's died down. Yes. The traffic has ultimately now died down, which is great to see. People are using the bypassing route, which is amazing. And the cargo on this platform is starting to die down a lot more as well. Now we're getting more goods delivered, which has caused, wow, Perth to go from the 1800s to the 1900s in terms of size. And it wants to grow to 2070 in size. So Perth's about to have a nice little growth expansion. Now we're getting more goods delivered. There's not any more goods to deliver. You need to work harder. The food place needs to work harder at this point. That's crazy. It also requires goods and machines. So machines are coming from over here. The Perth machines will start requesting more. Where's he getting the goods from again? Here. Perth goods. We need more steel. Oh my goodness me, we do need more steel. Is that the steel train now coming in? No, are you the steel train? Right, that's where the issue might lie. We're losing 200 steel. We're losing 200 steel somewhere down the road. So I'm going to manage this line real quick. Esperance North, all you're doing is loading. Geraldton Sittings, all you're doing is unloading. That will then change what it can do, because there seems to be a lot of steel on the platform. We're losing it, so it means that goods factory is not getting it. All right, we're on it. We're on it, boys. Hopefully we can keep on top of things. Hopefully we can keep on top of things. I might have ruined this truck route now. Yeah, it started making big cash, but the profits are going to start dwindling as my expenses stay high. It was a good run, boys. We had a good run. We had a good run. Anyway, boys, we're going to end it for here. Before we do, let's see if we had any record-breaking years. No way do we make nearly $1 billion in profit. Damn. So we recently, last episode, got over the threshold of 2 billion, and we've stayed consistently over it until that year, where we had a record high here of 2.14 billion, where we then dropped down a bit more, but that is back over now 2 billion, right? Yeah, baby. We're still a 2 billion income a year profit. No, not profit. 2 billion in income a year company. Next goal, $1 billion profit a year. Damn, son. Damn. We need to build a headquarters. Anyone got any ideas to where we should build a headquarters right now? I've got no idea. But we'll end it for here, boys. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash the like button down below. Until next time, I see you all soon. So, goodbye.